There's often much debate about where exactly you should buy your groceries in France. And based on where your pockets end, you will definitely need to take care in knowing where is the best place to buy your grocery. For this video, I will focus on 4 of the major supermarket chains here in France: Auchan, Intermarché, Lidl, and E.Leclerc. First of all, I will admit that it's a very difficult video to do because you won't always find the same products at every supermarket. And sometimes when you find them, you don't always find the same quantity and the complications just increase. However, what I tried to do was either find the cheapest product of what I'm looking for, or the same product if the exact one is available. And in the event that it's not, I try to buy the quantity that's closest to it. Here we have, for example, 6 1-liter bottles of milk for €8.04, and in another store we have the same product for €8.94, and then in another store we have the same item for €8.01, and then we have the same product again for €6.61. So even though you see that the brands are different, or maybe the style of product is different, the fact remains, you're getting milk, you're getting 6, and you're getting 1 liter. And the same can be said for tuna, which in one store, Intermarché, we have 99 cents. In another store, we have it for €1.05, Carrefour. And then at another store, we have it for 77 cents, and that is Leclerc. And then finally, $1.05 again. So you see that some stores actually sell it for the same price. So what you see here is that items sometimes are the same, and then in other occasions they are cheaper. And if you're thinking about fruits, for example, at one store we have oranges for €1.99, and that's where you get 1.5 kgs. At another store we have oranges for €2.99, and this is 1 kg is actually less. For the quantity is less, but the price is more. And at another store we have the same product for €3.49, and this is 1 kg again. And then here our final store is €1.99 for the 1.5 kg. That is simply ridiculous. So you guys can see how prices can simply change exponentially based on the store you go to. Now there are various other products which I will show you here, and you will determine which store is the cheapest for you. The names will be there, it will be obvious, just read. I obviously couldn't go through an entire grocery list because it takes so much time, and the products sometimes change based on their availability. For example, I actually created a grocery list prior to doing the video, and when I was ready to show the video, I realized that the items were no longer available, so I had to substitute the items. So what I did was simply grab some quick items to show you guys a relative comparison. Now, the difference in price could easily range from a few cents to over 5 or 10 euros. I suppose the most I've ever saved doing this strategy, because that's what I do for myself when I go grocery shopping, I compare prices. The most I've ever seen in difference is maybe 10 euros, and that's a lot when you think about it over the year. 12 months, 12 times 10, 120 euros saved. And overall, the total per store was Leclerc, we have €33.80, Carrefour, €38.01, Intermarché, €34.34, Auchan, €32.41. Here you can see that our lowest price is €32.41, and our winner is Auchan. However, I will make a comment here. Prior to doing this video, when all items were available and there were no substitutes, the cheapest store was actually E.Leclerc. And in my personal experience, when it comes to saving money, I always spend less when I go to E.Leclerc. Therefore, if you're a French or a foreigner and you'd like to know where to do your shopping, go to E.Leclerc. It is much cheaper in terms of when you do home delivery for your grocery, or if you go there yourself. By the way, going yourself is always better. With that said, let me guys know where you do your shopping. If you check it my list and you think another store is cheaper, let me know about it. Do not gatekeep. With that said, like, share, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.